is the name of the game, and I want to play the game with you.
This is a nice little generator I bought recently as a project. Its prime mover is a Lister Petter AC1 single cylinder air-cooled diesel direct injection. And on the generator end is a Markon SC21G, and there's its slip rings. When I bought this generator it was running fine, but it wasn't producing any voltage. The power's coming out of here for the purposes of this test to a splitter, a bar there, and the plug up on the left supplies the AVR. The one to the right supplies that 100-watt bulb there as a bit of a load. That AVO shows the output voltage, and there's the Automatic Voltage Regulator mounted externally for the moment. The other 2 meters show us the voltage and current to the slip rings and therefore the armature. So let's spark her up and put her into the run position, and joyfully it's electric start. So I've just got to press this button. All the button's a bit dodgy. There she goes, all the right noises and all the right colour smoke. There's no voltage on the AVO here from the output, as you'd expect, because the AVR is not actually connected to the output. That's where it goes into the AVR. That will power the AVR and give us power for the field excitation. And there we are, it's come up, lovely. And the bulb is a bit dim, and that's because it's only showing 180 volts on the output on the AVO there. But that's fine, because what you do when you first install it, you turn the trimmer all the way anti-clockwise, which gives you the minimum excitation and therefore the minimum output voltage. And we've got about 9 volts across the slip rings, and just less than an amp going around the field windings. There's a trimmer here that allows us to alter the field current and therefore the output voltage. So we'll give it a little tweak clockwise and bring it up to, let's say, for now, 220 volts. So my bulb's a little bit brighter. Let's have a look at the voltage and current on the field winding. That's come up to just over 12 volts and just around an amp. So now I'm going to do some serious load tests. I've added another plug top in there, and there's a 2 kilowatt fan heater. And we're still running at just 220 volts, which is a little bit below par if you take any reasonable measurements. So what I'm going to do is just tweak it up there to 230 volts, which of course is the European norm. 230 volts at 50 hertz. And at 230 volts with just a 100-watt load, we've got 12.6 volts and about an amp maybe going through the field windings. So let's whack on 1 kilowatt load. Well, we can see we're still at 230 volts, but the voltage on the field winding is about 18 volts now. It's increased, maybe about 1.5 amps, can't see too clearly. Let's put it up to 2 kilowatts load, 230 volts output still, and the voltage across the slip rings is up to 26 volts now, and about 2 amps field current. So the field current is increased to compensate for the extra load. AVR is doing its job, so that's wonderful. When I was sourcing this AVR and ordering parts, I noticed that both the Stanford and the Chinese supplier's specs said that it was suitable for brushless alternators, but I guess it's doing the same job. It's controlling the field current inversely to the output voltage. This is the old gubbins, which consists of a resistor, a choke and a bridge rectifier. The resistor burnt out as it was trying to dissipate far too much heat, around 200 watts as I calculated. So it's regulating nicely. Let's have a look at the waveforms. That's an isolating transformer, that's a variac, and that's an oscilloscope. The bottom trace there is 50 Hz mains. I'm not sure why it's lumpy. It looks like the transformer's saturated or something like that. I've used a low voltage transformer to avoid commoning neutral and earth. So let's look at the waveform from the generator through the isolating transformer. This is with my 2 kilowatt load, and you can see there's a slight ripple there. Although it's roughly in sync, probably just about 1 Hz or so away from the 50 Hz. Let's see what happens with a lighter load. Well, the ripple's a bit more pronounced, but overall I'm quite happy with that. I brought this 1997 generator into the 21st century. And all this old gubbins is now redundant. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this journey of exploration as much as I did. There are more videos generator related in the pipeline.
And I want to play the game with you. Life can be terribly tame if you don't play the game with two. And I want to play the game with you.